This is Glenn Rice with Clearview Sewer Chems. We're located at 5141 Babcock Avenue, Valley Village, California, 91607. Today is April 16th, 2021. We're performing a video sewer inspection, re-inspection through a 4-inch cast iron cleanout that was located on the front of the house on the left-hand side, just next to the hose bib on the left-hand side in the planter area. And this is the cast iron cleanout here that was excavated in this area here. This is running out towards the front of our property here. Goes towards the front door, and this goes towards the rear of the house. And again, we're going to go ahead and zero out our camera monitor here, and we're just going to go ahead and drop down and just take a good look at the dropping down cast iron clean out here, and we're just going to take a good look at the Okay, we're going to pause here for a moment. We're going to run a little bit of water and a little bit of debris on our camera, so we're just going to pause here for a moment. Okay, we went ahead and went inside there and flushed the toilet just to get a little bit of water running through the line here. We could possibly get our camera lens clear.
One time is okay?
It's fine.
I left the water on. You want is that okay too?
Okay, again, it does appear that we went ahead and transitioned from cast iron here at our clean out, and we transitioned it to what appears to be vitreous clay sewer line. So again, we're just going to push out slowly. We'll just take a good look at our vitreous clay. They still have a little bit of water running, and that joint appears to be in fair condition. And that joint appears to be in fair condition. Make a little bit of a turn, and we have some, appears to be root intrusion in this joint here, and then right around the 1 o'clock area. And what we'll do is we'll just continue to push out, and then on the way back we'll pause and mark that area. And that joint appears to have an offset in that joint from about the 9 o'clock area going all the way around to about the 3 o'clock area. And it does a little bit of roots coming through that joint as well. You can see there, and right about the 9 o'clock area, you can see some of the roots there that are just bedded down. Again, minor amount of roots in that joint. Just going to continue to push out. And as we push out in this area here, it does appear that we do have a break in this area. As you can see, this is our joint here. And as we continue to push out, you can see that we do have a break here and a fairly large root intrusion right about the 9 o'clock area. And you can see the break there. You can see the crack in the pipe there at the bottom. You can see a section of pipe missing right about the 3 o'clock area. And again, when we pull back, we'll pull back and mark that area as well. And it does appear that we do have what appears to be a little bit of root intrusion in that joint as well. And we're just going to go ahead and continue to push out. And we do have a little bit of an offset in this joint here from about the 3 o'clock area all the way around to about the 8 o'clock area. I'm just going to go ahead and go over that. We're going to drop down and make a little bit of a turn. And again, we're just going to continue to push out. And that joint appears to be in fair condition. And that joint appears to be in fair condition. And a little bit of an offset in that joint there, but nothing major. And again, that joint, a little bit of water buildup on my camera lens here. And that joint appears to be in fair condition. And a little bit of an offset in that joint there from about the 10 o'clock area all the way around to about the 3 o'clock area. We just continue to push out. And it does appear to be a little bit of slag overpour in that joint there, a little bit of concrete overpour at the bottom of that joint. What we'll do is we'll continue to push out. A little bit of debris on the camera lens, so what we'll do is we'll continue to push out, attempt to get all the way out into our city sewer tie-in, and then once we reach our city sewer tie-in here, and we're just going to rinse our camera lens a little bit. And then, again, we pull back, and we are at our city sewer tie-in here. We're going to pause here for a moment. Okay, we went ahead and pushed all the way out into our city sewer tie-in, and right now we're adding a little bit of water just to help us clean our camera lens. So what we're going to do is we're just going to pull back. We're going to pull back slowly, and we're just going to take a good look at the vitreous clay as we pull back. And that's our saddle area there. And as you can see in our saddle area, we do have a fairly large offset in our saddle area from about the 6 o'clock all the way up to around about the 12 o'clock area, where you can see the full face of the pipe there. And it's shifted quite a bit in that area. So again, that is in our city, and just before our city sewer tie-in, and that is in the middle of the street. So we're just going to go ahead and continue to pull back, and that joint appeared to be in fair condition. And a little bit of concrete overpour in that joint there. As you can see, a little bit of concrete overpour in that joint there, right about the 7 o'clock area. Again, we're just going to go ahead and continue to pull back. And that joint appears to be in fair condition. And that joint appears to be in fair condition. And we continue to pull back and have a little bit of concrete overpour in that joint there. We get nothing major. Continue to pull back, and that joint appears to be in fair condition. We have a little bit of an offset in that joint there from about the 7 o'clock area all the way around to about the 12 o'clock area. Just a little bit of the face of that pipe is exposed. See there, but everything still seems to be flowing freely. Again, we're just going to continue to pull back. And you can see in this joint here, we do have a crack in this joint here, so we're going to pause here for a moment. Okay, we went ahead and located this area, and it is just to the right-hand side of the property. If you're facing the property on the right-hand side, just underneath a fairly large, I'm presuming it's an oak tree, but a fairly large tree at the front of the property. And this is right at the right-hand corner of the property, right next to the street. And so what we're going to do is we're just going to go ahead and continue to pull back from here. And again, very hard to get an exact depth here because it is underneath the tree. But as you can see, we do have a break in that area from about, looks like it goes all the way up from about the 12 o'clock area all the way around to about the 7 o'clock area. So again, we're just going to go ahead and continue to pull back. And that joint appeared to be in fair condition. And that joint appears to be in fair condition. that joint appears to be in fair condition. Make a little bit of a turn. We're pulling up. And make another turn. And we do have a little bit of an offset in that joint there from about the 2 o'clock area all the way around to about the 8 o'clock area. A little bit of water holding in that area. But again, a little bit of face of the pipe there. It's exposed in that joint. Okay, we're going to go ahead and continue to pull back. And a little bit of an offset in that joint there from about the 11 o'clock area all the way around to about the 2 o'clock area. And make a little bit of a turn. And as you can see, we do have a large root intrusion in this area. And as you can see, we do have a break in the pipe in this area. As you can see, there's cracks the full diameter. There's our joint. And as you can see, just behind it, you can see a crack for the full diameter of the pipe. We're going to pause here for a moment. So what we're going to do is we're going to pause here for a moment. We're going to locate this area. Okay, we went ahead and located this area. And again, it's on the right-hand side of the property in the plant area, in between the street and the porch area. And we did mark it with an orange flag at 4 foot 1 inches. And this flag was marked from the initial inspection. So we're going to go ahead and continue to pull back. And again, you can see that the line is complete. Broke in that area there. We have a crack all the way around the full diameter of the pipe, plus a large root penetration. So we're going to go ahead and continue to pull back. And a little bit of root intrusion coming in that joint there. Again, right about the 8 o'clock area. And a little offset in that joint as well from about the 10 o'clock all the way around to about the 3 o'clock area. So we're going to continue to pull back. And as you can see, we do have another root intrusion in this joint here. This root intrusion is right around the 2 o'clock area. And again, as we pull back, this is just underneath the tree in this area here. Just in front of the clean out, there's another tree. And it's just at the base of that tree as well. So what we're going to do is we're just going to go ahead and continue to pull back. We make a little bit of a turn. And that joint appeared to be in fair condition. And that joint appears to be in fair condition. And we continue to pull back. And we're going to pull up and out of our clean out. And that will conclude our video sewer reinspection.